so gotta find it first. But here I am, 'cause I've been laying under palm trees, waiting for the summer, knowing there's nowhere to go. 'Cause I am happy on this island, wanna be my farmland. I don't ever want to leave, I'm in a tropic club. I'm in a tropic club.
Welcome back, everyone. It's day 2 for the Battleknights Project India Season 1. Yesterday was a lot of action. It was exciting to be here. We saw a lot of those off-meta picks, crazy backdoors, and exhilarating action. And we're going to look for more of it for day 2. But enough for me. I'm not the only one on the desk. Today, I'm joined by none other than the lovely Miss Jenny. How are you doing?
Oh, what an introduction, huh? I'm doing good, I'm doing great, and I'm so excited for the first match. It's between Firefighters and Evergarden. Have you seen them play before? It's just the first time.
This is my first time. I have not seen these teams play yet.
Neither me. Well, oh, okay, so they're gonna play for the first time today. I thought they played yesterday too. My bad.
Well, now I probably didn't end up getting to see myself. I was here a little early, but I didn't get to see these guys play. So just like most of the action that's been going on, it'll be my first time getting to see these two teams compete in Battle Knights Project India. But I'm really excited. Like I said, day 1 was a lot of action. It was a lot of new things that I haven't seen in other tournaments, and I'm hoping to see even more of that today.
Wow, why don't you tell me a little about the meta heroes of your server at the moment?
I mean, a few things that are like a little different. I guess for me, I mean, in the mid lane, right? Seeing the Valir get picked up early from the teams here in India. Normally, over in North America, you get the Eves, you get the Valentinas, a lot of Kaditas kind of
Okay.
replace Valirs like at first pick, right? So seeing the
Mhm.
Valir get drafted in mid lane so early here has been like so different for me coming from North America. And then the Z Longs and the XP, we don't see that in North America. We get like a Paquitos, the Uranus, the Esmeraldas, but over here it's so different, and that's what makes the gameplay so fun.
Honestly, that's the long pick. Okay, that's not very normal here as well, but I guess we got different players here with different tastes and talents. But yeah, I saw that Zilong match yesterday, and I was surprised as well. I Nobody expected that people would pick Zilong in this tournament, but it was fun to watch, isn't it?
It was fun to watch. I mean, we got to see the Zelon get the back door. I think that's the first back door, at least from what's been on stream. I know some matches have been offline, but from what I've seen, at least on the streams, that was the first and only back door, and by none other than one of the original champions in the game, the Zelong. So, gotta put some respect on his name now.
Wow. Well, I'm excited to see what's gonna unfold today. Are there gonna be some unique picks or just the regular metas?
Your
Or
team is
let's see,
ready.
right? And the game is just started.
That's right. We are heading into the draft, so they're going to be starting out the bands. And I know yesterday that was another thing that was so unique. There was different type of bands. I mean, I saw Alucard get banned out first, Kufra in the first rotations for bands as well. A lot of things that are very different from North America, and even in regions like Europe or even over in Africa. I've cast in a lot of these tournaments globally, and
Your
it's
team
all
is
unique. And we're
ready.
already starting over again with the unique stuff. Atlas going to be banned out first here, Jenny.
Maybe that's the beauty of Indian server, huh? Well, at last ban, I honestly did not expect this. I thought maybe they were gonna ban something like Novaria, or since they have the first pick, maybe they're gonna try to trade it Alpha or Mincetar. But okay, that came as a surprise to me.
It definitely is a surprise. And right now, over on the red side, they're taking their time here, trying to figure out what exactly it is they want to ban. Maybe deciding if they want to leave some things open. They do get 2 picks in the response from the first pick from blue side, so could be a good call to let some things slide through the board. Maybe let more of the meta picks go. And with that being said, they're going to go ahead and take out Martis in response to one of the junglers.
Your team
One of the
is
high-profile junglers
ready.
will be taken off the board here.
Yeah, it's good that they took him out because they don't have the first pick and they definitely don't want the other team to have it. And but I feel like the blue team might trade Enovaria. She is the meta mage right now. I don't know if you've been playing her, but yeah, she's so good.
Nah, she definitely is strong. I feel like she's one of the mages that are consistent through all the regions since her release. Right, she's just been very strong. She provides so much utility. I mean, her ultimate, the vision she's able to provide is just unmatched. Especially when you're talking about picking up
Still
wards, picking up
swords,
turtles. It's
run
just so
deep.
strong to reveal enemies' positions, and it'll let you correctly navigate through the map there.
So true, so true. You don't even need a time when you have her for vision, right? She provides so much, right? And the late game damage, she needs a nerf, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, when you have that much utility, do you need to be able to one-shot people
Your
as well
team is
in the late
ready.
stages of the game? Probably not. I feel like you should be able to trade either the damage or the utility, but like you said, so far she does have both, so she's going to remain in that meta spot. And speaking of meta, some of these other bands that came out, the Uranus, along with the Wan Wan, it seems Wan Wan's always been so consistent. Even though it seems her win rates have dropped significantly through all the pro scenes, she still is respected. And that Uranus that's been so meta with all these healers, these supports, is going to go ahead and get that last ban from blue side there.
Yeah, so true. But okay, looking at the draw, looking at the bands, there are a lot of good heroes open right now. There's Mincetar, there's Alpha, there's Novaria as well, and others. Okay, they have been Alpha. Are you
Your team
expecting a
is
Mincetar
picking.
pick? That would be good if they do that, as well as Novaria.
Mintathar could be okay here. I'm not really sure. Maybe it's super popular here. Normally we hold up on Mintathar picks just because he's really strong at counterplay, right? Not exactly the best just to pick him up for no reason, but if there are dashing or blinking ability champs, he becomes super strong. So I think maybe you hold off a little bit. I'd really expect if I don't know, at least from what I'm used to, maybe the Valentina here to deny or make red side adjust their draft. A Kadita, which is really good for the flex pick. Keto, but they lock in X-Borg early here, Jen.
Okay. X-Borg is so good these days. Like he's got the damage and he's tanky. Uh, I'm just thinking if he's gonna go EXP or Hyper because most of the time these days X-Borgs are picked to play Hyper.
They are, but he's also another one of those picks too that can really flex as well. He's been really good in the picks like the Terizla, who's been really
I
popular
didn't
in the
cure the
XP
pain.
lane. So
I harnessed
while I'm
it.
not really one of my favorites for first pick, it does have an ability to be flex. So maybe if they assume he's jungle, maybe get some bans towards the jungle, bait out some bans, and waste some of that from red side, it could be useful here.
Yeah, and you expected a Valentina pick, and the other thing that's the Evergarden has gone for Valentina as well as Kufra, and I'm surprised that neither of the teams are prioritizing Novaria at all.
Yeah, no Navaria here potentially. They haven't locked in the Farsa just yet, so we could potentially still see it. But I do like the Valentina. It's really great, especially from red side. because you do want to look to counter pick on the red side since you get a lot of the picks to follow up behind blind side picks from
Payback.
blue.
Your
And Jenny,
team
they're
is
not going to
picking.
lock in your Navaria. I'm sorry for you. Unfortunately,
Definitely.
it's going to be the Farsa matched up with the Valentine here, which isn't too bad. I'm okay with that. You can offer up a feather airstrike to Valentina.
Valentina is annoying again. I mean, whatever you pick, if you're thinking, okay, you're gonna pick this hero because it's gonna be useful, DALLE is gonna be useful, and she's gonna copy that. Or they have a Tigreal, she's gonna copy that. They have a Farsa, she's gonna copy that. So it's gonna be really annoying. And okay, let's talk about the hypers. What hypers are you expecting from both sides? Hello?
Sorry there, Jenny. I think it disconnected there, cut out just a little bit. Oh, she left me. I think she thought it was her. Well, guys, starting to move into the last pick. Oh, there's Jenny. Sorry, I think we both got confused there.
Give
I
me a
couldn't
target.
hear you,
Your
and I don't think you
team
can
is
hear me.
banning.
But finalizing up that last pick on red side, they're going to bring up this Leslie. It's going to be really strong in the gold lane. She's been extremely damaging with the true damage she's able to provide. Yesterday, we even saw her actually with the crit from her true damage. She's honestly so oppressive in the gold lane. And they could look to secure it with some bans here if they want.
Agreed, so agreed. I mean, I have been playing Leslie a lot recently, even though I am not a marksman player. I mostly play tanks, but I myself have been playing her because she's so good these days. You let her farm, she make you win, right? The amount of true damage in the late game, no, not in the late game, from the mid game itself, she starts dealing a lot of damage. And they banned Beatrix, which actually is quite a good counter for Leslie, don't you think?
Yeah, so they do go ahead and ban out some marksmen like we were talking about, help secure this Leslie pick, and Beatrix is definitely a nice one. I wouldn't even say it's so much about the counterplay. I think it's like Beatrix is such a good defender, right? Especially with the Nibiru SMG, the Bennett's, right? The rocket launcher. It's really hard to pressure her in lane because she can pretty much insta clear waves once she hits level 4. So I think it's a great ban from the side here with Leslie. Maybe if they want to ban out another marksman, you could ban out something like Brody potentially. He does really good into Les if they want to get rid of counters, or a Clint. I'm not sure if they play Clint over here in India, but I feel like those are really good bans if they want to take out marksman still.
Yes, well, people do pick Clint over here, but I'm not sure what they are going to pick. But okay, a Yuzhong ban. Why do you think they ban Yuzhong? Yeah, wow, you're very good at predicting, right? It's as if you know the red team so well. I mean, you talk about their picks, you talk about the bans, and do exactly like that. Are they even listening? Are they like listening to you or something?
They could definitely be ear hustling, Jenny. And maybe I haven't been here to cast much of India's. Like it's only my second day being out here, but statistics don't lie. There are some things that are consistent in some of these picks and bans, or one of them. So it's great to see those. And now you were talking about the Yuzhong ban. I feel like it's really good for them because they have this Farsa, right? They already have to deal with the Kufa who can get on top of her, and if you let them slot into Yuzhong, it can become a little bit harder. And with that being said, Lapu still an option if they do need a backliner.
Will be good, and let's see what they're gonna pick for the EXP. But yeah, I guess I need to play a little bit more these days, to get used to with the upcoming meta heroes, the picks and bans, because whatever I was thinking, nothing's happening. Only that your predictions are going on point.
Hey man, sometimes they fall, sometimes they don't. I think it's really just a bit of the luck here. But again, they do need a pick.
I am more
It's been a long time since I've seen one of those.
Okay, so have you been expecting Julian as well?
No, not at all. I this is my first time seeing Julian. He disappeared from the meta, at least in these other regions that I've seen. So I'm very surprised, Jenny. Is this like a normal pick here in India, or is this new for you as well?
No, it's not new for me. People do pick. I mean, not as much, but yeah, I have been facing Julian as opponents a lot of times recently. So it's fine for me. It's normal.
Well, I guess we'll get to see some comfort here then coming out from Nazami on this Julian. We're looking at the last two picks here potentially from blue side. They're hovering over the Amon and the Popol and Koopa. That would be interesting to see either one of those picks. They're going to lock in the Guzhin and they will lock in the Popol. So two more unusual suspects for me, Jenny. This is getting exciting.
Yes, definitely. I did not expect that Gushin pick, especially after they pick Kufra. And
You
I think
valuing
it's gonna
me?
be a little hard
You
for
should.
Gushin because the opponent teams they look uh, tanky to me, except Leslie. But then in the late game, that's gonna be hard as well. Do you think Gushin will be able to do favor for his team?
Hmm. Ah, I'm not really sure if it will do very well for the team. I mean, we'll have to see, right? I mean, that's kind
Yeah.
of where it goes. Anything could be potentially good, be potentially bad to help the team, or be a harm to the team in draft. But it really matters about once you get into the land of dawn. And Jenny, we're not too far out from there. We're loading in, but with this loading in, I gotta get your opinion. Which draft are you kind of in favor of?
Okay, they have this Kufra, Leslie, Valentina, Julian, and Fredrin. So I'm definitely going for Evergarden. What about you?
Hmm. I think I'd have to do the same. That Leslie is really strong. It's it's hard to deal with a Leslie, and they have so much CC. The Fredra and the Kufra, even this Valentina could take an ultimate like Tigreal's implosion. So things could get a little dangerous when you're talking about these 5v5 team fights. And I think it'll just have to lean into the favor of Evergarden here. But here we are, we're loading in. This is going to be match 1 for day 2, Battle Knights Project India Season 1. I hope you guys are ready for this adventurous ride we're about to embark on, because I know I am. Jenny, are you?
Very much, totally. And I would like to request everyone who's watching to show some support by sharing and asking your friends to join, maybe participate next time, Spread it, spread the tournament everywhere you can.
That's right. We got to get India out there. Got to get India some love, man. I know I heard about this pretty last minute myself. I didn't even know India had tournaments. So it's been exciting just getting to realize that no matter where you are in the world, Mobile Legends is a common thing we all share. And that's what's going to keep us here today, keeping us excited. And already we got damage being chipped in the mid and top side right now, Jenny.
Yep. They are fighting for the little, right? We call it cabbage here. What do you call it in NA?
Oh yeah, it's called the same, the cabbage or the litho wanderer. But yeah, I
You
think
do?
cabbage is another one of
Wow.
these things. Yeah, I think it's another
Okay.
thing we all share.
That's news to me. I mean, I didn't know that you guys call it cabbage too, but okay, it's fun. It's more fun to call it cabbage than little. It looks similar.
Yeah, it definitely is. Speaking of similar right now, something that's I see a lot pretty normal is a lot of this attention up here in gold lane from red side. Showtime needs to be careful. Doesn't want to get caught out here early on in this match. And I think he is playing it passive because they have frozen the wave, Jenny. So it's very dangerous for him to step up right now.
Yep. I mean, he's not getting the farm, and look at that. They're just waiting for him. And that's a jump from Kufra. I guess it's coming in, and oops, a little too far, and he missed.
It was a little too far. Not quite able to connect, not able to find the mark there just yet, but it could end up potentially happening. But right now, they're going to shift their attention over to the turtle. It just spawned in at that 2-minute mark, so we're going to see who's going to be making the call to go first. And right now, Panda's top side of the map, so this could be an easy grab for Evergarden here, Jim.
Exactly, the tank is there, and they're already like 4 of them in the turtle already for Evergarden. So I guess it's gonna be easy because the hyper as well is not ready from the side of firefighters, and I guess they already got it. I mean, it's so close. There's no fights.
Speaking of fights, though, Trevor getting caught out, almost taken out very low. Lavi will pick up the turtle. And right now, it looks like they didn't want to let him go. He wasn't able to find the recall. Nazumi goes for the enhanced chains and will pick up the first blood. Lavi as well finds Senpai in the jungle. And it's trouble right now up against Evergarden.
That's Gushin being in trouble again. Will he be able to escape this? No, that's Kufra on his second skill. That's not gonna happen. And they just took the turtle as well as 3 kills.
That's right, and they have struck hot now with a quick streak. I mean, they're almost up 3K gold already, Jenny, and we just passed the 3-minute mark. So safe to say they're starting to snowball a bit. Keeping your eye on Showtime, not going to get caught by the knockup. Panda's going to go for the flicker. Tyrant Rage goes out, and here comes the implosion. We were talking about the CC chain. Showtime will be taken down. They're going to cut his show short. They win out in the trade, 1 and unanswered, but on the backside, Lavi going in for the airstrike's going to drop. But the Appraiser's Wrath will take down Panda, an endangered species right now in the land of Dawn. as Evergarden is running away with this one, Jenny.
Beautiful. I mean, it's not just the draft. They know how to gank. They know their priorities. They know the objectives, when to come for the turtle, where to rotate. They're doing pretty good. It's like, honestly, at this moment, it looks one-sided to me already.
It definitely does feel that way. I mean, 5-0 now. The gold lead's still increasing, and so far, no one on the board for the blue side, as Nazmi will pick up another kill in the mid lane, but it's not over. Implosion comes out from Panda. They just don't have the damage to follow up with it right now. Trevor rotates over. Again, not able to pick up anything. So 6 kills still to 0 here in this match. And hold up, wait a minute. Lavi going for the invade on the purple buff, finds the taunt. Sudip will connect onto the purple buff and steal that away from the Gusion. Daki picks up the kill onto Panda, his second death of the game. Senpai's in trouble. Lavi on a killing spree picks up his third as the feather airstrike goes out. And they walk away again unanswered. But no, Sudip finds another knockout with a Tyrant Rage. Showtime taken down by Daki. This is getting out of hand, Jenny.
What on earth is happening, Evergarden? I mean, if they play like this the whole time, like the entire tournament, other teams should be getting scared of this team, Evergarden. I mean, look at them. They are so dominating. They're taking control of the entire map, isn't it?
Ooh, speaking of control on the map, Rio there in a bit of a 1v1 with Gusion. He wasn't able to pick up the kill there, surprisingly, right now. He's a little underfed there, so it's already getting a little nervous that the assassin can't take down the marksman. But Jenny, look at this rotation coming in from the backside. Sudip's charging up the Tyrant Rage. Isn't going to connect to anyone. Doesn't have the flicker to connect either. Lobby picks up the turtle while that's going on. Speaking of the turtle, Nazmi finds the kill onto Senpai. Panda's left alone in a 1v2. Doesn't have any backup. No one to rescue him. His export is going to keep farming. Nazmi, though, will pick up the double kill. And the snowball continues here, Jenny.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know what Sogrill was trying to do there alone. The hyper wasn't there, anybody. He was not going to be able to steal a turtle anyway, so he just went and gave him another kill. But in the top line, okay, this top lane, Leslie just killed Popo and Koopa 1v1.
She definitely did, and didn't just find the kill, Jenny, but she picked up the tower as well. So things are definitely slipping away. And look at this right now. Look at the positioning from Evergarden. Daki and Suda deep in enemy lines here on this purple buff, waiting for someone to rotate. But speaking of rotate, bot side of the map, Nazmi looking for another kill. The enhanced change, but hang on, the Implosion connects, but it's too late. Lavi picks up the kill, and the Appraiser Wrap finds one and pops the immortality. There goes the energy eruption for the taunt. Nazmi is unstoppable, and so is the rest of the team. It's 16-0 at the 6.5 minute mark, Jenny.
I gotta say this. They need to stop engaging. They don't have the means to win a fight. They need to try and farm by and they're engaging on Popo and Koopa, but no, okay, he's gonna take this one, but they're gonna lose another turret, I guess.
They are losing the turret. They've been losing a lot here in this match. Still unanswered. Hang on, Panda might look to try to turn things around as Nazmi kill onto Senpai. Sudip finds a knockup underneath the tower. Showtime will be taken out by Rio. The damage is online. Gusion trying to go for the combos, but he's not making it work. The micro isn't there. Rio almost takes him out, but good enough. They pick up 3 kills there, Jenny.
Wow, I mean, I feel like it's gonna end very soon, like within 10 minutes maybe. They're not being able to farm, they're not being able to do anything, and they made a very big mistake by engaging more, knowing that they're not ready, they don't have the resources, and I guess there's gonna be another fight in bottom lane.
Potentially it could be. Lavi wants the tower, but blue side doing all they can to try to defend it. Rio puts out an auto attack, but it won't take it down. Feather airstrike came out, so they're losing a lot of damage. Hang on, energy eruption connects. The return from Daki here, though, with the Valentina, the IMU will use the Farsa ultimate as well. Trevor caught out in a bad spot. Appraiser Wrath goes down, but here comes Panda looking to make a huge implosion. But it still will not win them the fight. Actually, no, they are up in the trade 2-1. So finally, Jenny, they actually win something.
You know, I thought it was going to be a wipe out. That was really good. I thought it was going to be a wipe out on the side of Evergarden. The way, Tycho kind of outplayed them. But, okay, it's not tanky enough yet. You know, the other team is way too far. I mean, there's a huge goal difference. 8,000, almost 10,000. So, and this unstoppable illusion goes down so easily. It's like paper. And they're chasing Leslie as well as Cooper. But, okay, they're just disengages for the moment.
for the moment right now, but overall still dominating from the side of Evergarden. Jenny, they're up 8K gold right now as we're about to cross into the 9-minute mark. First Lord here on the board for Evergarden. It should be an easy pickup. I don't think there's anywhere for the blue side to be able to contest. They are so underfarmed right now, Jenny. They're going to need a couple more implosions like that to get back in this game.
Yeah, they do need that, and they're gonna stop forcing engagements like they've been doing, you know. And yep, do you think they will be able to defend this Lord? It's not a big Lord though.
I'm not sure if they can. I mean, they do have a Farsa, so they have some type of high ground mage to be able to help clear out the Lord, clear out these minions, but the Popole isn't really that great at clearing minions. You know, they banned out
Yeah,
that Beatrix, which would have been good, like we were talking about being able to defend, but what a Popole, I don't know, Jenny. It's going to be really hard to defend this many Lords.
yeah, it looks like he might get ganked in the top lane. They are going in on Popol and Koopa, and he's already out of the scene.
He was taken out very quickly. Ooh, hang on. Flicker play from Suda. If he doesn't connect, further airstrike comes out from Senpai. He's going to try to clear out these minion waves. Panda with an implosion. He'd only find one, but there's no follow-up just yet. But Trevor will finally pick up the kill. Meanwhile, Rio takes down a tower. Gujin jumps into the CC of Fredrin, and now missing all the connections. His Lavi will take him down. He's picked up the 7th kill. Daki picks up one as well on Senpai. It's currently a 4v3 right now. Number advantage to the side of Evergarden. Rio wants some more damage out there. Panda's low, needs to back away. They're going to go ahead and pick up this tower on the bot side. Jenny, we could be looking for an end potentially if they choose to go for more. And looks like they will. Lavi dashes in. Doesn't connect to anyone just yet. Rio looking for damage. Panda dashes. Isn't able to connect for an ultimate just yet, but they're going to go ahead and send in Koopa. Stun Lavi. Will the Gujin jump in? He does, and he makes the mistake again. Nazumi will take him down. Gujin gets baited for the 2nd time in a row. A Praetor's Wrath falls. Rio steps up to put in a little bit of chip damage as well. Evergarden will not back away, clearing the minions, but they don't have a wave right now, Jenny.
Yeah, funny thing, Evergarden should be the one rushing, but I don't know why firefighters, they're, especially Gushin rushing so much. It's clearly a bait. I mean, there are so many waves coming in, and he knows that he don't have the potential to go in and take a kill right now, but he goes in, he forces it so much and ends up dying. Well, I don't know what to say. It's hard to say that they're going to make a comeback, but still hoping for the best. And Gushin, again, another time, what's he doing?
Oh, this guy right now, I don't know if he's on the rest of the team. That's his 6th kill of the game, and it was an unforced error as well. But hang on, Suit Up charging up, finds Trevor, pops the figure of armor. Feather airstrike though does an impressive amount of damage. Daki was almost taken out. Rio wants to step up, but he's only going to be able to aim at Koopa. Cannon Minion is in the tower range for Evergarden, but not able to find the play. Panda with the implosion connects onto Lobby, but it will be taken out by Suit Up. Rome will take down the Rome, but here comes the last insanity for Trevor. Doesn't do enough damage to pick up a kill, but maybe enough to make Evergarden back up here. Suit Up gets stunned. Gonna go ahead and retreat. Will Gujin get baited in again? He's thinking about it here, Jenny, but I think he's finally learned his lesson.
Yep, the KDA is fixing off, right? It's 162 for him, and he gotta learn his lesson right now. I mean, if you don't, my bad, bro. And well, they're going for another Lord. Obviously, there's gonna be no contest for the Lord, and this is gonna be very hard for them to defend. And it's hard to say that they'll be able to defend this Lord.
It definitely is going to be hard here, Jenny. I mean, they're still so far behind. At the 12.5-minute mark, we still have people that only have 2 items right here, namely Senpai. He only has that Clock of Destiny and that Lightning Truncheon. Doesn't even have any penetration yet, so it's going to be really hard for him to do anything. Even Showtime is sitting on 2 items, so a lot of the damage dealers don't even have the full core items that they need, Jenny. So it's going to be very hard to defend, like you said. We'll have to see, though, if they can hold back again.
Yep. One good engage from Kufra and the game is over. And have a look at Gushin. What's that? Some kind of mutual understanding or what?
Might have been. Ooh, but hang on. Here comes the enhanced Luminous Lord. Gets slowed down just a little bit by the Koopa trap. Keep an eye on Sudip. I think that's the one we need to have our eyes on. He's charging up. Panda flickers in, catches Daki. No ultimate goes out. Sudip is caught out. He's in trouble. Feather Airstrike goes in. Implosion tries to connect, but he gets caught out by the CC. Sudip gets his immortality pop. No one has fallen just yet, but Rio will change that quickly as he picks up Panda. Daki stealing the Feather Airstrike and will use it up against Firefighters. Look at the Crystal Base. Nazmi has locked in Evergarden. Will take this.
Wow. I mean, this was one-sided, honestly. They dominated since the early game. They took the turtle. It started with the turtle and the kills, and it went on and on.
Yeah, things went from bad to worse to just absolute annihilation for the side of Firefighters. Evergarden, once they took that Legion, they just didn't let go.
And the Firefighters, especially Gushin, they kept on making the same mistakes, engaging and engaging when they know that they don't have the resources. And honestly, you can put the blame on them as well, because they knew, like, the Evergarden, they knew when to engage, whom to dominate, and the way they did not let that MM farm, they stayed there the whole time, the top lane, right? If you noticed.
Yeah, I did notice, Jenny. I don't think they noticed, though, was the real problem. That's who needed to notice that and keep up. But that is going to be the conclusion for Firefighters and Evergarden. But don't be sad. Don't be let down. We still have more matches to go. That's just the first one that has been taken out. Next up will be Alulilu and Too Darn Filthy. But before we'll get to them, we'll take a short break here.
Something to hold on to, gotta find it first. But something to hold on to, gotta find it first. But I remember the ocean moon. Memories die out too hard. But we were traveling the mountains just to find the loudest seas. We set down by the fire, knowing we could aim higher, but we didn't know that yet. So if you want something to hold on to, gotta find it first. But here I remember the ocean moon. Memories die out too hard. But we were traveling the mountains just to find the loudest seas. We set down by the fire, knowing we could aim higher, but we didn't know that yet. So if you want something to hold on to, gotta find it first. But here I remember the ocean moon. Memories die out too hard. But we were traveling the mountains just to find the loudest seas. We set down by the fire, knowing we could aim higher, but we didn't know that yet. So if you want something to hold on to, gotta find it first. But here I remember the ocean moon. Memories die out too hard. But we were traveling the mountains just to find the loudest seas. We set down by the fire, knowing we could aim higher, but we didn't know that yet. So if you want something to hold on to, gotta find it first. But here traveling the mountains just to find the loudest tears. We set down by the fire, knowing we could aim higher, but we didn't know that yet. So if you want something to hold on to, gotta find it first. But here I remember the ocean, memories die out too hard. But we were traveling the mountains just to find the loudest tears. We sat down by the fire, knowing we could aim higher, but we didn't know that yet. So if you want something to hold on to, gotta find it first. But here
What's going on, everybody? We're right back. Unfortunately, we're not going to get to see that second game that I mentioned to you. I'm not really sure what happened. We're going to skip directly into Series 3. But with that being said, it's your boy Inquirky, and we got someone else up here on the desk with me. You heard me give you some great commentary with him yesterday, and he's right back. It's my main man, Kronos. How you doing, boss?
I'm doing fantastic and quirky. Thank you for that wonderful introduction. And like he said, welcome back to this Battleknights Project India Season 1 after that one game which we had, which was, I believe, the Firefighters of the Evergarden. And I was watching from the sidelines. That was one heck of a match. I don't even know what the Gushin was thinking the whole time. And speaking of thinking the whole time, I know y'all are thinking what happened to the second game. Alu Lelo versus Too Damn Filthy. And one of them had a no-show, so Too Damn Filthy just progressed to the next round. At this point, we had 216 teams to start off with, and now it's slowly whittling down. We're getting closer and closer to that best of 3 series in the top 32, top 16, top 8. You know, we're getting close to that part of the tournament. Meanwhile, this third match we have, I think this is a crowd favorite. MAHESH DALLE versus Black Unicorn. And Black Unicorn on the blue side, while MAHESH DALLE is on the red side. And I know all of you fanboys and fangirls in the chat of the Hindi rap song, you can put in the hashtag DALLE over there in the chat. I'm not really a big fan about it. I think Inquirky feels left out because you don't know what it is. I gave you history.
No idea what's going on.
I gave you a quick history lesson yesterday. I'll give you a quick rap lesson today. So it's a Hindi rap song, right? It's Indian and it's Hindi, the language of Hindi. It's a rap song in that, and it's a lot of diss going out to all those Dalles out there. I don't really want to say much about it, but it is what it is. As we get straight into the draft.
Yeah, man, this is where I get back in the fold. I know what's going on now. Back for the draft here for Series 3. In between 2 amazing teams, and it's not just the 2 amazing teams, it's 2 amazing casters. It's going to be Kronos and the play-by-play. It'll be me with that insightful analysis. And right now, in the draft, starting up the band's blue side, I'm wondering what it's going to be. Last time we saw Atlas get banned out first. Kronos, yesterday we saw a lot of, well, maybe for me, a lot of unusual things. I guess it's quite normal for you.
I will protect you.
And they're going to go ahead and ban out the Lolita. So another Rome to start off the draft here for the bands.
Yeah, I mean, it's not just unusual for you. It is kind of unusual for me as well because usually we get to see these great teams facing off each other and ban out these meta heroes. And given the fact that we had a new patch just installed in today in Quirky, I can say anything goes. Like we said yesterday, for this slogan for Battle Knights Project India Season 1, we got to make it like that. Anything goes so far.
Anything does go. And honestly, I'm actually surprised we didn't get to see Izzy Long in the last game because I feel like the patch notes really did help him out, especially with the adjustments not only to his own kit, but even with the introduction of the new item, adjustments to items like Haas Claw as well, adding in that crit to pair with that sustainability. I would imagine if there is a Z-Long player still remaining, if they're in this match, they're probably drooling at the opportunity to go ahead and lock them in.
Very well said. Drooling indeed. But you know what I want to see? I want to see an Irito being picked up right now because I was watching. I was having a test run before the stream started, and I was testing out Irito. And I think these item buffs for giving the extra crit chance coming into Hospitals, like you mentioned, and this new item coming in with the Dragon Spear, I believe. Please correct me if I'm wrong. That item actually provides a lot of utility. It's 70 physical attack, 20 crit chance, and 10% cooldown reduction. I think that's a must-have for any hero that relies on crit DPS. And however, seeing this Ling banned out, not really a big fan since he just got quite a bit of a nerf today.
Sir,
and Fanny is one of the best heroes in the jungle. What can I say?
Yeah, I mean, with those adjustments, right? I know you're talking about not wanting to see the Ling. I will reason with them that, it did just drop, right? So how much of a nerf is the nerf, right? Normally it takes a little more time for people to get used to it, maybe see it and be like, okay, maybe we can deal with this now, right? But since it just dropped, it's a little hard to just be like, okay, let me read this and be like, yeah, okay, maybe we can just let it through. Especially when you're talking about the tournament scene, you don't want to just start letting things through that you haven't really practiced against just yet. So while maybe, yes, it doesn't make sense to us because we're looking at the patch notes ourselves and it sounds good on paper, it may not translate to the match for the players right now. So I'm going to let them rock with it. We are transitioning over to the first pick now, Chronos. And it's going to be the Valier. The Valier strikes again.
I told you this in Quirky last night. This Valier is a standard pick. It's the bread and butter of the Indian subcontinent meta mage players. They all love this Valier, not because he provides that CC. He provides a bit of slow. He provides that burning damage. It's damage over time. The longer you stay in the fight, the more damage you take from him. And along with that, he has that inbuilt Purify in his kit. And you can build them hybrid as well. Like, what more do you need in a mage, especially? And given the fact that they're going for this Yu Zhong coming in from the side of MAHESH DALLE and hovering over this Aldous. However, I think a Leslie pick too early, you think?
Sniper ready. Give me a target.
It could be too early, but I really think it depends on where does Blue like to draft their marksman? Do they like to draft it in the first rotations? Because if not, if they like to draft in the second half, it may not have been a bad idea. We saw it last game where Leslie got picked up in the third slot, and they just went ahead and banned out marksman's, the Beatrix, which was a really staple in the goal lane, and then the Clint, that's a pretty nice counter into Leslie. So they could be aiming for that. Maybe they know they won't pick a marksman here, and if they don't, it's going to be a great setup for them to go ahead and transition into those bans next.
Yeah, very true indeed. I think given the fact that there are item changes to the defensive items as well, the blade armor, that does make sure that, if you pick up a Leslie that does true damage, it straight away ignores the armor. So that's a really good marksman pick, I would say. But like, once again, you never know. But they go with this Alpha and the Melissa. And like you said before in Quirky, I think they're just taking time to adjust to the new patch, so can't really blame them. And so am I. I believe everybody is. I got to play only one game and with the new update, so we will get to see some old heroes come into play here. However, the minuscule changes, those minute changes that happen, might affect them in this team fights that they're gonna go in for all the skirmishes that go ahead. And right now, I think they should pick up possibly a roamer or maybe a mage.
I like a roam here. I think a roam would be pretty nice. I don't think they have to take the mage, but it looks like maybe they'll go for the Kadita, and that's not bad. It does go really well with the Yu Zhong. Now, with that being said, I wonder maybe in the second half, do we see them pick up something like a Kaja or Franca later on? I'm not sure. Time will tell. But Kronos, give me your thoughts or opinion on this Melissa pick. Do you like it? I know it can do okay into the Leslie, but there's a Yuzhong that go away doesn't work on. So I'm wondering how you feel about this.
I'm not really a big fan of a Melissa, right? I like to call it a try hard hero. It's you gotta really try hard to make it work, and it doesn't come given the fact that you have to have that cuddles and muddles combination to dish out all the extra damage. You do need that inspire in your kit to provide additional damage, right? You need that attack speed bonus that comes along with it. However, maybe just with these slight changes with the hostage clause, it might be useful, but then once again, like you said, the Black Dragon Force completely ignores the go away. So I'm not really a big fan of that, given the fact that you're going against a crit marksman or true damage marksman who can just two-shot you with this Leslie. Yeah, you might win the lane, but I don't think you're really safe in a team fight.
Yeah, and I think we're seeing eye to eye there on this so far. But heading into the second part of the draft here, they need some picks. They need a roam. They need a jungle. I would imagine maybe they go for the roam here, unless they want to wait to see the opposing roamer, which they can. They are red side. So it is very possible they can just go ahead and take a jungle matchup. They know Alpha could potentially be going in the jungle, and that's really all the information they have to work with. But if not, Kaja Franco would have to be on the board for me, but they are going to go ahead and hold it. They're going to stall it, and they're going to lock in the Bane here, Kronos.
Yeah, I love this Bane pickup, right? It's an anti-dive jungler that they've picked up, knowing that the Alpha needs to go in with the Alpha charge. Even though if he's an EXP laner, he is one of those frontliners that has to dive in to provide all that additional damage and sustain for his team. So having that deadly catch just to push him away is going to pay real dividends instead of Mahesh DALLE. Seems like they're only trolling with the name, but not with their game.
I guess so. We are, like I said, getting that Tigreal pick locked in, which is a little surprising for me. Honestly, I don't know. It's maybe I really think maybe even something like a Diggy would have been really nice here for them. To pair with the Valir, you get insane poke, and you can also deny the engage from Kadita or the Yuzhong. They lock in this Karina here in the jungle to match up against the Bane, so they use the Alpha as a flex pick. That's not a bad thing right there. And whoa,
Oh, I like that one.
being hovered.
I like that one. I like that Florin hover right there. I wouldn't mind them going for a Florin right now, because that would be really good. Just pack that Purifier Flicker with that Florin to provide the global heal. However, they want to go for this Diggy. I'm not against that either, because you have this implosion that comes out from the Tigreal, right? Just to take that CC away from them. I mean, yes, you have the anti-dive coming in with that deadly catch for the Alpha charge, but this implosion being canceled out by the Time's Journey, I think that's just too much coming in from the side of Mahesh DALLE. Looking at the draft in Quirky, I'm you know what, I was excited to see Yaoi here, but I think he's going to the jungle, not really the best position for him to play. However, what do you think about the draft in Quirky so far?
I have to say, man, until that Diggy pick got locked in, I was a fan here of Blue Side. Still might be in their favor, but I actually have a totally different opinion on it. I mean, one way to look at it is, yes, you could potentially deny the implosion, but that's if you're ignoring the Valir here that got locked in first pick. All it takes is for Invisible to land a couple Searing Torrents here onto the Diggy and force out that ultimate, and now it's free reign for Alpha, for Tigreal to go land that Alpha charge, land that implosion, and that's exactly what this Valir pick can offer up. So I'm not really sure about Diggy being locked in here when there's a pick that can easily burn out that Time Journey, but we'll have to see how it translates, because Kronos, we're not too far from starting up this match.
Yeah, speaking of, we go into the game straight away for this Battleknights Project India Season 1, Game 3 of Day 2 here on the stream. Alongside me, I have inquirky, who will be bringing you the insightful analysis for this game between Team Black Unicorn, which is on the blue side, and Team Mahesh DALLE on the red. I said it before, I'll say it again. I think they're just here to troll with the name, not with the game. I'm spitting bars, man.
Bars indeed. You might have picked up the wrong career. Maybe you could have been one of those rappers that you were talking about earlier on, man. But speaking of early on, it's going to be interesting to see who will have the pressure. I want to take a look here at this Valier. And again, it's so strange here. These Valiers don't like to take the basic common emblem, which is so unusual. I guess maybe because they take the Impure Rage, they're fine with the trade-off of not having basic common emblem, but it's literally so spammable. You don't have to back for mana ever when you have that emblem, which makes the Valier pick so much more oppressive. So it does make me curious why they don't take it, but I guess maybe the Impure Rage is their quote-unquote answer for that issue.
Yeah, I mean, it is still the early stages of the tournament, right? So not really the best teams with the best knowledge when it comes to in-game. However, realizing that, I agree with you, having that common emblem does pay a lot of dividends given the fact that you have so much hybrid regen coming in from that. You don't even have to build a mana, but you don't have to build the demon shoes. You can go straight away for the pen. And right now, we can see him, again, we saw this yesterday with the Valier as well. No invades coming in with such a strong early game hero, possibly the strongest hero at level 1.
It could be the fact, maybe not just because maybe just because of the damage Diggy and Kadita could put out. You also got to keep note that Tigreal here was playing down on the XP side of the map, so it's not like Valier really had anyone to work with. So that could have been something working against them, but hang on. Almost, it looked like the potential for a fight breaking out before that turtle hit.
Yeah, however, we are looking at the roamer here on the side of Tigreal. Mosang trying to go and get up to the level 4, however, does not get that mid-wave minions. And the aggro of the turtle being pulled towards the side of Black Unicorn. He goes in with the knock-up. The deadly catch comes out. The turtle goes over the side of Team Black Unicorn. Black Dragon comes out with the Furious Dive with that shot residue. He gets the kill. First blood. The Tigreal goes down.
Yowie.
Shadow assault by Yowie. Will he get it? Yes, he does. That's a double kill. And we can see him going for the triple, but too greedy there. Benny QT from Echo, who is apparently playing in the Indian subcontinent, gets that kill on Yowie. We got two teammates going against each other here.
Yeah, I was about to say that. Did you ever imagine a day you'd see Benny QT take down Yowie here? This is definitely something I wasn't expecting when I came to cast for India, but man, like you said, anything is possible over here for Battleknights Project India Season 1, and what a way to start out Series 3.
Yeah, true indeed. The reverse time just to pull Mosang back, and now they have the vision over there, and that time bomb, the ticking time bomb that comes in by Blaze on this Diggy here will provide that additional. However, the implosion comes out on a singular target. Time's Journey popped out. Yabi goes in with it, does not, decides to back away as Yixo over here does have the deadly sniper to provide vision. Realizes that a 4 in the top lane don't want to actually go out and clear the minions. The combination of Cuddles and Muddles takes them down a little bit. However, next 30 is still on the jungle farming up. As we saw in the turtle fight, both the kills for the side of Black Unicorn went to their jungler, unlike the side of Mahesh DALLE.
You know, Kronos, I'm looking at something here while you were going on. This Diggy, right? Blaze has an interesting setup himself. He's running Brave Smite for his tier 3 talent on the support pick, which is very unusual, very uncommon. I don't think I've ever seen a position 5 Diggy run this. But speaking of things running in the bot side, Kronos.
Oh, the implosion comes out on 2. There's a knock. Shadow Assault gets a double, if I'm not wrong. Yes, indeed. That was great play coming in from the side of Team Black Unicorn. They had the Searing Torrent, stacked it up with the implosion, and Yowie right there in the right place in the right time gets that double and again pushes him back. Mosang doing a really good job here, zoning him out. The retribution on point. Yowie gets the turtle. Deadly catch, but no avail. As he goes back into the jungle, seems like Yowie is winning out on this jungle fight. This jungle trades for this neutral objectives.
Speaking of jungles here, Kronos, I don't know if you caught it yet, but Next 30 is playing a magic jungle Bane right now. He has the arcane boots and the elegant gem. I just noticed right now looking at it at his first item. So this isn't going to be a physical Bane like you normally see, or even a hybrid Bane, if you will. He's going for the magic setup, and this is again something I just don't see. It's so uncommon, and honestly, it's not going to do well in this early to mid, but maybe if they can reach late game, the Magic Bane and the Leslie at that point will be very hard to deal with, Kronos.
Yeah, not wrong about that, right? I was taken aback by what you said too. I didn't even notice that because usually when you see a Bane in the jungle, you would run him physical, given the fact that he'll be able to clear the jungle a little faster. However, next 30 here, oh my god, the Shadow Assault coming onto Yixo takes him down, and the Jinro goes down as well. Double kill and triple kill to Yawi. He ignores the entire team. Benny QT got a trade. Oh, well, never mind. He goes down as well. That's a 4-for-1 trade. Only Mosang for 4 of them. I think Yawi here is on fire with this Karina, who's on a 7-1-0 snowball at this point.
You know, this honestly reminds me of the matches we saw yesterday. The player, what was his name? I think it was God 4K on the Deer had a game similar like this with the snowball. Now, hopefully Black Unicorn can capitalize on this and not lose out later on. You can see Karina is going for the damage, not playing that tank, has that Starlium Scythe. So as long as they keep it in that realm, it should be okay. He has the Magic Veil, so I assume maybe he's going to go for a Genius Wand next year, but a fight. Maybe set up ahead.
Bot lane, Furious Dive on the 2, however, just to clear up the minion wave. The rough waves used on the right time, but however, Paiwa here on this Valier able to cancel it out with the actually he just didn't even use his ultimate. I think that was a wrong engage. However, for the first time, we can see Mahesh DALLE next 30 here getting the turtle. He's on a 0-2-3 and on a Magic Bane. Not in the best position I would like to be as the jungler on their side.
Yeah, it may not be the best position, but able to still be able to lock up that first objective. It will help them out. I will say, though, in the jungle matchup, he's severely outclassed. He is down 3 levels or 2 levels. I mean, and down a significant amount of gold. Getting close to 2K as Alpha got taken out bot side, Chronos.
Yeah, as we can see, next 30 here, chunking down at the turret. I think given the fact that the new update gave 100% turret damage to the magic heroes as well with magic damage, so Bane is able to push as he used to with that physical build. However, I think it still lacks the fact that I would prefer a more physical Bane compared to a magic Bane like we spoke about in Quirky. I'm still not able to get that out of my head because you got to go real close to get that damage apart from that deadly catch, however. And at this point, we can see there's a 4 men over there in the riverside. Will they go and engage? Will they catch someone off guard? Mosang possibly walking a death push, reverse time, and the rough wave connects along with the time's journey being used just for the little bit of safety. The burst fireball coming out, but to no avail as Mosang there in the wrong place at the wrong time walked into a perfect death push that Kadita was camping the entire time.
You know, speaking of Kadita, I hate to keep being the guy, but it's so many things that seem out of place here as it looks like they're going to go for the siege and top side, and they will pick it up for Black Unicorn. But look at Kadita's setup. Has the Master Assassin for the tier 2, and I'm so confused because as a mid laner, how many times are you going to be caught in a situation where it's a bit of a 1v1 and you get that, be able to proc that tier 2 talent as the mid lane? I'm really wondering what the thought process is for it. As Benny Cutie tried to go for a purple buff, still is not going to make the mark, but a fight could break out here.
Oh, Mosang actually not able to push Benny QT at the right time. However, the knockup comes in. Will he get taken on? Yes, he does. Alpha charge being used onto Blaze. However, use the time journey and flickers out away. The Shadow Assault gets a monster kill on this Diggy. Blaze not able to get away even after flickering out of that team fight. Yawi here showing us that he is still here to play. Don't keep the eyes off him. As we can see, the Petrifying Fury that combo come up. And the Black Dragon form, Invisible 777 goes down. They're chasing down Yawi, the right target as they should. Will he go down the shot? It's not enough. The deadly sniper, though, is not enough as he survives. The steering torrent just to disengage and the alpha charge as well. I think they're going in for the Lord right now. And we can see the reverse time. Mosang here trying to do his best, but he's not able to catch up. The deadly catch does secure the Lord. Mahesh DALLE losing out on the first 2 turtles, however, getting in the third and the Lord. I think that has something to say about the gold lead that they're racking up.
They are starting to rack one up. I mean, we saw Slowhand bring a great start to the fight. Slowhand bringing in fast results as they lock in that Lord that's currently pushing down bot side here. Chronos, and things are now starting to turn around just a little bit for them. Next 30 on that Magic Bane we were talking about, not going to be that great early to mid, but now we're crossing over that 10.5 minute mark we're creeping more and more to the realm where he becomes a little more dangerous. He has the lightning trunch. He'll be building up for that third and magic item, and at that point, he'll be a serious contender to dish out some pretty unbearable damage. Speaking of damage,
The top side, that Yixo with that true damage indeed takes out Mosang once again. Caught off guard in the wrong place at the wrong time. He's not able to catch a break at this point. He even used the flicker implosion in the mid lane earlier along with the conceal. So they caught him right off guard. Now they're going for the Intermission on Visible 7-7. He uses go away and Deadly Cat. That's a lot of damage with the Deadly Sniper adding on to it. They get 2 for nothing, and they get the top tier 2 and the mid tier 1 as well. As the Lord gets taken down, however, it's only the level 1 Lord. It's not the Luminous Enhanced Lord. It's just a regular Lord that they used to push. And if I were Team Mahesh DALLE, I would be confirmedly happy being in the driver's seat at this point, realizing that they have this Leslie who's already scaled up. However, Yawi here catches Benny QT with that Shadow Assault, gets the kill. He is godlike. Apart from Yawi, I think at this point, nobody else is doing anything for Black Unicorn. Seems like a one-man army.
yeah, I mean, well, we're seeing the Melissa pick not really thrive. It's 0-3, and I pointed it out at draft. It just really wasn't an ideal pick here. And so far, the truth has been showcased. It hasn't really translated very well for them. I also think this Valier Tigreal combination hasn't been that great. They don't really have the strongest early synergy together. I mean, we know the Valier's really strong, but the Tigreal's not exactly some early game dominant roam that you might pair up with him. They haven't been able to bait out these time journeys for this Tigreal to even be useful. So now your roam and your gold lane have both been pretty much neutralized throughout this whole match. So now, yeah, we're kind of in that Yawi show here for Black Unicorn. But just like we saw yesterday, it can't be all on these snowball champions in the jungle. There has to be some additional assistance, or we end up in these stages of the game where now the ticking time bomb has expired and it becomes this 5v5 issue.
Yeah, we saw on the mid side, Mosang used that conceal play to go in and provide some opportunity to actually give that 5-man implosion that every roamer would like to give. However, that Deadly Sniper once again sniffing them out without even letting them know that they are visible to the opponents. That is one hell of an ultimate when you can use in that fashion.
That's right. It is a fashion build to use it. But speaking of fashion here, it looks like there's going to be a contest in between the Lord. You can see Masong wants to give some vision, trying to eat those Diggy Bombs up for the team to proceed forward. The Lord is being bursted down very hard here by DALLE. And I don't know if Black Unicorn can get here in a good position to contest. But hang on, here comes the collapse, Chronos.
Yeah, we got the Deadly Catch and the Rough Waves being used. Takes down 2 of them. The Alpha and the Diggy. However, the Lord goes down towards the side of Team Black Unicorn, but they get wiped out before I could even say anything. They were all burst down immediately, and I think they're going straight for the end. All they got is 13 seconds for somebody to respawn, but I don't think they need that as they have the waves. The flicker goes in, everything being used, a recall taunt's coming, and Mahesh DALLE, not just here to troll, but here for the game. They take this match and move on to the next round of Battleknights Project India Season 1.
That's right. They are going to move ahead there, Chronos. And what a game from them. 14-minute mark, able to go ahead and shut out Black Unicorn, doing anything for work in real life and doing anything for a win in the game here. They were able to neutralize the threats from them. And a little bit of trash talk here from the Egg, from Blaze. You don't see that too many times in the competitive scene, but I guess when you win, you get to do what you want. And that's exactly what they're doing here, Chronos.
Yeah, you know what, Quirky? I know you were saying that this combination of Valier and Tigreal doesn't really work out. We saw this this is not the first time we saw this on stream, right? Or in game. We seen this yesterday as well. There was a team that went with the Valier and the Tigreal pickup, and it was the same game. They lost as well. And what would you think would have been a better pair for a Valier? Since we have been looking at the fact that Valier is being picked up first, and that was, I think, a second phase pick on the Tigreal. So it comes to show that these roamers are not really going for their best pickup. So at this point, I think What would you say would have been a better pair for this early game powerful Valier?
I think at that point when you're looking for something to lock in, especially with Diggy being picked up, I think something like a Hilda in the run would have been really nice. We know Hilda's like a natural counter to Diggy. There wasn't much kill pressure. They were facing a Magic Bane. He wasn't much threat in the early. I think they would have been able to maybe invade, maybe create some space for Invisible. They can get some assistance up there to let him farm and maybe get ahead of Yixo official on that Leslie. But playing so passive when you have that early game mage, it just, I mean, it's a failed win condition, right? You need to be able to get ahead with the Valier, and that just didn't happen. They weren't able to be oppressive and force anything against the composition that they were matched up against. So I just feel like there has to be something on paper to match with the Valier. And I know personally for me, the Hilda would have been a really nice lock in there.
Yeah, true indeed. A black unicorn having their fantasies of moving forward in the tournament. However, just like their name, those do not come true because unicorns don't exist, and so does the chances of black unicorn going in further into the tournament. I'm sad to say that. However, all these Mahesh DALLE fans in the chat, put your hashtag DALLEs out there so that Inquirky will know what really this is about. And it's a song, Inquirky. I'll make you listen to it. However, don't expect the best because it's all just trash talk. If you translate it, you will know. But speaking of, we will take a short break and be back for the next game. I believe is Spartan eSports versus Curse. And if I was one of the viewers, I know who I'm going to go vote for. It's Sparta, guys. It's Sparta. And on that note, we will take a short break and be right back.
Something to hold on to, gotta find it first. But something to hold on to, gotta find it first. But something to hold on to, gotta find it first. But here something to hold on to, gotta find it first. But here something to hold on to, gotta find it first. But here something to hold on to, gotta find it first. But here you want something to hold on to, gotta find it first. But here something to hold on to, gotta find it first. But here something to hold on to, gotta find it first. But here something to hold on to, gotta find it first. But here something to hold on to, gotta find it first. But here something to hold on to, gotta find it first. But here something to hold on to, gotta find it first. But here something to hold on to, gotta find it first. But here you want something to hold on to, gotta find it first. But here I remember the ocean, memories die out too hard. But we were traveling the mountains just to find the loudest seas. We set down by the fire, knowing we could aim higher, but we didn't know that yet. So if you want something to hold on to, gotta find it first. But here
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and friends of all ages, to Battleknights Project India Season 1, Day 2. And I think this is a match fix right now, since we had the previous two matches had a couple of walkovers. Spartan eSports versus Curse, there was a walkover. Inferno versus RYZEN, that was another walkover. It's still round 1, so a lot of crazy things happening. Teams not really coming on time, so get disqualified. We got to uphold the rules of the tournament just so that we can give fair chance to every team there is. However, this is your boy Kronos, and alongside me I have the one, the only Jinx, who hasn't been casting for a while and is back in the scene. And make sure you make her feel warm. Give her a warm welcome, guys. Jinx, how you doing today?
Thank you so much for that warm welcome, Kronos. I've been doing great. A bit of a cold, but I'm here to cast. It's been a while though, so don't diss me like you dissed me before we started this match. Okay, I might not be as good as you, but I'm going to try my best. Now, this is the third match of the day, I'm guessing, so it's going to be between Be the Best on the left side versus Soul Crushers on the right side. What do you think the third match is going to be like?
Yeah, so far I think everyone's been going for this Valir first pick, right? So I'm feeling that it's gonna be another first pick like that. And don't worry, I won't be dissing you so much because we're a team right now, right? We're a pair of two that are in the game that are gonna be casting together. So if I'm dissing you, I'm dissing myself, I'm dissing the team. We are a team, and let's make this work as we go straight into the draft for game number 3 on stream for today. Game number 4, if I'm not wrong, on stream today. Oh wait, it's game number 3 still. I'm a little lost given all that talk we had going on, Jinx. However, right now we have both the teams ready to go. And what do you think about the meta that happened with the current changes in this new patch, if you ever got a chance to look at it?
I've been seeing. So let me talk about the tournament, then we'll go on the meta. I might not be as well versed, but I'll try my best. So what I've been seeing, like I've seen you guys cast yesterday and today, and I've noticed that Valor picks coming in a lot, and those Tigreal picks as well. And I'm not able to understand them. Honestly, there's just two heroes which I just do not like personally. Valor might be a good mage, but he does need a lot of support. I would prefer people like Kadita, Eve, right? But those things are getting picked first nowadays. But otherwise, I think the tournament's going well. The meta has changed a bit. It is a bit of an assassin meta coming in. Link has been out. You have Hellcode open. So those things I would prefer to see in this tournament. At least till now, I've been seeing a lot of hypers coming in, just not a lot of assassins.
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that Hellcurt, right? We haven't seen it pop on stream yet. However, it is one of those deadly assassins that's a pocket pick for most of these junglers in the current meta. And looking at the bans on the first phase, I can agree with these bans coming in from Be the Best to a certain extent. Yes, Alpha is great as a jungler, can be flexed in the EXP lane as well. We have this Kufra who is one of the best roles in the current meta, and the possible Angela as well that can provide that extra bit of sustain, that heal, and a lot of CC plus that early game presence of having it as a roamer or a mid laner. However, looking on the side of Team Soul Crushers, they're here really banning out the Aldous, who is a Soul Crusher himself. And X-Borg and this Carmilla. I'm not really familiar with these kind of bands. However, it's still round one in this tournament. And we see Anonymous here. I don't want to mention all those numbers. He is going to be anonymous for us. Indeed, picks up this Mincetar and this Lilia as well.
True, we see that Angela getting that, I'm not sure why, and then that Lilia getting hurt. I think Lilia got a bit of a nerf. I haven't had the chance to play her yet. They did reduce the cooldown on her second skill, but they changed her ultimate completely. She does not regain those stacks when she uses her ultimate, and she might not be able to use her ultimate at all because I have Mincetar coming in from the left side. It's gonna be tough. And also Tamus pick, they did ban out most of the fighters we see people use these days. Alpha is gone, Aldous is gone, Xpog is gone. So Thanos, Terizla, those are the two things. Lapu Lapu is there as well, but I think they have the fighter picks locked in. I'm not sure if this is going to be a tank or a fighter. What do you think is going to be choosing?
Yeah, I think there should this Mincetar can be flexed once again, right? The EXP lane as a roamer as well, and I think Thomas' pick is something I really like. I said fuck, but however, we see this Lilia, like you mentioned, that big nerf that you received to the ultimate can't really get those gloom stacks coming in her skills after using that ultimate, the black shoe. So even given the fact that there is the King's Calling from Mincetar, I don't think he will be able to use that ultimate as well. Something you pointed out really nice. However, I am loving this Florin pick. Every time a team picks Florin, I am all for it, especially given the fact that you have this global heal, global ultimate heal, and to deny that heal, they picked this Basha up. I don't know if that is a reactive pick or something that's pre-planned, Jinx.
I think they're going to go Baksha jungle because I haven't seen a bit, but now I know why they picked that Mincetar because that Martis is coming as a hype for Be the Best, right? They picked his counter and they picked him up as well. And Florine, like you said, people sort of underestimate her, but she does provide a lot of heal. She just needs to come online just a bit, get that blessing in, and get that roam effect going, and then she's just good to go. She's going to be healing you no matter where you are on the map, and she does a lot of heal. In fact, she's going to be tough to catch, especially with that Mincetar, that Martis providing that front line there. I'm guessing Mincetar has to be going fighter now. There's two more picks from both sides coming in. They have banned out two assassins, Kronos. Both Bushan and Lancelot is gone. Link is still available, and so is Hellcurt. Do you think they're going to be picking it up? I'm not so sure because I've been seeing so many fighter picks coming in.
You know what? I see those assassins banned. The Hellcurt and Ling is left open. Ling did get a slight nerf, however. And speaking of nerfs and buffs, that Irithel got a massive buff. And I just got a chance. I was telling this before with Quirky that I got a one game in before the stream started with this Irithel. However, I am not excited to see this Leslie. We see this Leslie every day. Give us something to cast with, man. Give us that Irithel pick. Give me that. I want to see that pick come out maybe further in the tournament. However, this Leslie pick once again providing that burst true damage. That is an amazing pick indeed, and leaves out. Oh my God, that is the perfect counter for this Leslie with that Farsa, with that burst feather airstrike all from afar, having that high ground presence with a sustained hero like Florin, provide that extra bit of heal. I think this Hanabi that they're hovering over might actually be a good pick. This is the first time you'll ever hear a caster say that, isn't that, Jinx?
I think she is. I think she's going to be getting that heal from Florin. Also, she has that Aegis on, so she's not going to be hard. I mean, she's going to be very hard to catch, right? Because they don't really have any lockdown heroes. They have a Baksha, Thamos, no one really to dive into the back lane. And now they're picking up that Bane, massive damage, but he's not going to be able to get to the back lane either. I feel like Be the Best has a pretty good team going on, but Soul Crushers does have a very tanky team. It's going to be hard to melt them down, because look at that Baksha, Thamus, Bane, three fighters, and Baksha is just an amazing tank. He's going to be so hard to get.
Yeah, you can see that Baksha actually opting to go for that vengeance strike, so he's going to be even more tanky, adding on to that tankiness. That's just like you mentioned. And right now, we do have this Bane. Previous game, we saw Bane going in for that magic build, and I wasn't really a big fan of it, Jinx. What do you think about this Bane here? He might run the physical or the magic Bane. Only time will tell. And looking at the emblem setups and the spells, what do you have to say, Jinx?
I think I would prefer a physical Bane other than the magic, but he can go either way because they have only Lilia there for that magic damage. Baksha as well, he does do a bit of magic damage, not that much, he's going to be tanking most of it, but he has that vengeance. So this Hanabi is going to have a bit of a problem, but it's, both teams I'm seeing like a healing team and a tanky team. So it just depends on how the early game starts, and that all depends on the major and Rome. So you're going to see, I think, Fasha and Lilia, right? Lilia has that nerve, so I'm not sure how well she's going to do. I hope this person who's playing it has smiling, and I hope she has, practiced with her just a little bit instead of, just picking her randomly in the tournament of such a level.
Yeah, speaking of, we get into the game, however, we see this Baksha going in straight for the red buff, does have the Shields of Unity to actually help take this buff a little bit faster. We can see he is going in with the Concussive Blast to provide the extra bit of damage. Nobody's caught him off guard yet. Hezi realizing that, get that confirmation in the communication. We see a 4-man rotation towards the red buff, and I think Yamate here, we didn't realize it, he actually is in the jungle Mincetar. Not something we see quite often. And you see the damage onto Liu here. That is the first flood going in. Liu goes down. Not so much exciting. Double kill from Hezi at this point. And just when we were saying that they're going to be tanky and they have fighters, I think they already got the snowball rolling. We can see this goal lead going up to 700 right now.
True. I'm not sure why this switched up. Mincetar would have been a pretty good, EXP, and Martis would have been a much better hyper complement. They are poking the Thanos just a bit. No, he's not going to be able to shot gets him. So that's a 1 for 2 over there in top lane though. Hanabi getting a bit poked down. She's struggling. She needs that Florine support.
Yeah, at this point you were right. It's a 2v1 in the top lane. However, Hanabi able to get those minions. Meanwhile, we see Anonymous here gets caught out with the deadly catch, forced to flicker out, but taken quite low, but will not go down. The flame shot comes out, and that was beautiful coming in from the Lilia. Must be smiling right now.
Yes, and so am I. That was a good flame shot. Just in time for the turtle as well. Looks like it's a free turtle for the red side there. There's no contest coming in. Mincetar is busy taking his buff. That's not the rotation we want to be seeing.
Yeah, that is true indeed. As we can see, Himejima here once again gets the CC on the Liu. He gets caught out. The recall taunts coming in. And Liu here, that Florin pick that I was so excited about, not really performing it at the best, at the highest level, and not really paying dividends. As we see here, Yamate Oni-chan, like they will call it, gets that Spear of Glory and the King's Calling just to get a kill onto Don't Invite rank. What are these names I'm seeing, Jinx?
Yeah, I think that's what, Leslie was saying when she was getting killed. She was like, please stop. But they did not. But what I think is really going wrong with Be the Best right now is that they don't have that tankiness coming in, right? Florin is there, but who is she going to heal if everyone just dies as soon as Bane comes into the picture? Fasha though getting caught out, instantly melted. Look at that Bane's damage, Kronos. He is just, he's snowballing at this point.
Yeah, you can see he's already at the 3,000 goal mark, right? He has the 100 strike. Usually we see that around the 4 minutes or 30 seconds. He has that in the 3 minutes. Spear of Glory, however, Smiling uses the black shoes just to get away. Does not want to get caught by this Mincetar. And I think you mentioned this before, Jinx. You said that, you'd rather see this Martis in the jungle rather than this Mincetar. However, King's Calling comes down. Lilia gets taken out. The deadly catch. That was a lot of damage being done. Bloom comes out as well just to provide an extra bit of heal. And Martis here joined the party. He will not get a kill, however. That was a 3-for-1 trade. The Mage for a Roam Mage and the jungle. And along with the turret gold as well. Anonymous here might get poked out. The deadly sniper comes out. And we can see Anonymous, he might go down. He survives with the slightest of HP. And he will not go down. Anonymous, trying to remain anonymous on the kill score. Still 0-1-1. And at this point, we can see that Soul Crushers are slowly but definitely crushing the soul of Be The Best as they're not living up to their name.
So almost a 3k goal lead already. They have full domination. They've taken out that goal in mid lane as well. Looks like they're going to be getting that top lane turret, especially with Bane there. He's going to be melting that tower down, just like he's melting everyone else down at this point. But they are trying to poke down Baksha, but I don't think they have any damage right now. They just cannot do anything. I would hope they stop going for these, team fights. Maybe farm up a bit, let Florine get that healing coming in, and then get into the team fights. Now is not the time. Where is Minsta? He did not even get that buff though.
Yeah, he uses the King's Calling to get the buff, however, doesn't get it. And in the mid lane, we can see there Anonymous and Kiki Kim along with Liu get caught out there early. And that mid lane pressure is gone entirely as we see Team Soul Crushers slowly and steadily tunking down at their turret, making their way into the crystal. As we see this don't invite rank on this, who's supposed to be a late game hero, actually doing a lot of damage and even got the first item as the Endless Battle. Not sure I've seen that before. Usually we see them go for the Berserker's Fury, however opting to go for the extra bit of burst damage that comes in with this true damage. And we see that damage coming on to Liu, who does not go down. And Himejima, like you mentioned, this Basha is quite tanky. King's Calling comes out from Yamate, however to no avail as the Bloom comes out for the sustain, but they're not tanky enough for them to actually do anything. And don't invite rank, not getting taken down. However, this Hanabi Ato goes down instantly, and we saw that Feather Airstrike drop down by Kiki Kim, right? However, that damage wasn't enough. Usually I never say this, when you have the Feathered Airstrike, that has to be a lot of damage, and Jinx, I don't think we saw that.
It's hard to have so much damage when there's so much behind on farm. I think she has barely one item there. She's not going to be doing much damage, especially when she is up against Baksha, Bane. She did try to lock down that Leslie, but it's getting hard for her. Also, I see a bit of randomness coming in, from the blue side. They seem a bit lost. They lost that momentum, and now they're just back on that back front. They're trying really hard to maintain that, but then all the lanes are getting pushed in. Look at top, look at bot, another team. Florian does save the day for now.
Oh, but however, Kiki Kim went down just to that deadly catch and that shot coming in from the skill 1 of Hezi here on this Bane. You can see when he uses the first skill and that cannon bounces off a minion, it takes down half HP of this Mincetar and Anonymous on this Martis. So how can a mage and Kiki Kim, was supposed to be so squishy, survive? As at this point, you can see the EXP difference being massive. As I think this game, if I were to call it, I would say this game is already over. But however, Be The Best can make a comeback since they have a really good comp to defend bases. And if I were them, I would just play the waiting game. But at this point, I think it's too late.
So it is a bit too late. Lord is already out. It is the first Lord, though they can defend it. Fasha is there to provide that, that range to maybe make them back off a bit. They're not going to be able to contest it. They have to clear those lanes. Now it's just I mean, it's just left to be seen. Soul Crusher, if they maintain that lane, that lane pressure, they just might end the game with this lot.
Yeah, as we speak, we see a 5-man crash here on the bot side. Deadly Catch comes out, takes down the Minotaur, and gets a shutdown on this Bastia as well. Feather airstrike drops and takes down this Talmud. And meanwhile, we can see a 3-for-2 trade. Leslie gets another kill. However, that's a lot of damage. Those are just two basic attacks coming in onto Liu, who's supposed to be their so-called roamer or healer, but cannot sustain that damage coming out as both the damage dealers, Hezi and Donan right rank, going at them. As you can see, Anonymous gets taken down. The Deadly Catch comes out. Liu gets caught. He gets burst down as well. And the two main damage dealers, they have no answer for them as they're in their base with their recall taunts, and they can't really do much as the Lord marches down the mid lane. Oh, never mind. Kiki Kim goes down. The first damage is just too much for them to deal with as Himejima just taunting them and taking all the turret aggro. As we can see, Yamate, Onichan, the start goes down and they go straight at the base. Soul Crushers slowly but definitely crush their souls, alright. Be the best, not really living up to that name.
Victory!
True, they just did not play their best. I think that draft really messed up for them. They should have gone that Martyrs Hyper, EXP, Minseta, but they had a plan. It did not work out. That Bane, though, the damage coming in, he did 55% damage in this game, Kronos. It was just like a one-man team against. I mean, that Leslie and the team did support him, but the damage coming in, he was also amazing at farming. And they didn't even need a lot at the last point, did they? They just could have ended the game with Bane alone.
Yeah, true that, right? All that burst damage coming in. He was in their face the entire time. And having that ale to actually provide that extra bit of sustain and heal during team fights paid a lot of dividends. And this Bane pick so far has been proven to be really deadly in this tournament. As we can see, Be the Best, they had a game plan, but it didn't work out. And since it's round one, they get straight away knocked out of the tournament. Meanwhile, Soul Crushers move on. And Jinx, looking at all these teams that have been playing so far, every draft that's been going on, do you have any advice for these players, all the viewers watching out there, and for the upcoming stages in the tournament?
I don't know. I mean, I think you pick the heroes you know and you play with the team just a bit. Have a good synergy going on because, like you can see in some of these matches, they do not have that synergy, right? I hope you guys are on VC. That's mainly important in tournaments. I hope you guys are telling each other what's happening because we saw many times here, right? They were a bit distributed on the map. Minster alone going to take buff, and he could not really fight that Bane 1v1. You don't want to pick a hyper who cannot go 1v1 against the enemy hyper. That's not something you want to be doing. The damage fell down, and just depends. And at the end of the day, no matter what you pick, it comes up to your skill. So if you can play your hero well, you can carry your team, and that's what we saw happen today.
Yeah, true that indeed. Well said, Jinx. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, we will take a short break and be right back for the last few games of the day. I believe the last two games are Daddy Got No Chills versus Gorilla 3. I'm excited to watch that one. And Naga ML versus One Autumn Leaf. I'm not really sure what we got with these names going on here. However, I am definitely rooting for Daddy Got No Chills, Jinx. I don't know if you're going to root for that. You bet Daddy Got No Chill at all.
And let's just see if they have no chill. Maybe it's going to be a one-sided match. We just have to wait and see. Meanwhile, guys, while you're waiting, please like and share the stream so that you can share these amazing matches with your friends and we can continue to do these sort of tournaments. Thanks a lot, guys. See you next time.
Yeah, this is Jinx and Chronos signing out, and we will be right back after this short break.
I remember the ocean memories die out too hard. But we were traveling the mountains just to find the loudest seas. We set our mighty fire, knowing we could aim higher, but we didn't know that yet. So if you want something to hold on to, gotta find it first. But here something to hold on to, gotta find it first. But here something to hold on to, gotta find it first. But here something to hold on to, gotta find it first. But here traveling the mountains just to find the loudest tears. We set down by the fire, knowing we could aim higher, but we didn't know that yet. So if you want something to hold on to, gotta find it first. But here something to hold on to, gotta find it first. But here something to hold on to, gotta find it first. But here something to hold on to, gotta find it first. But here something to hold on to, gotta find it first. But here something to hold on to, gotta find it first. But here something to hold on to, gotta find it first. But here something to hold on to, gotta find it first. But here find it first. But here something to hold on to, gotta find it first. But here something to hold on to, gotta find it first. But here something to hold on to, gotta find it first. But here traveling So if you want something to hold on to, gotta find it first. But here something to hold on to, gotta find it first. But here something to hold on to, gotta find it first. But here something to hold on to, gotta find it first. But here hoping to hold on to, gotta find it first. But here
Welcome back, guys, to the Battleknights Project India Season 1. This is the second day after the tournament, and we're on the seventh match here with two teams, Daddy Got No Chills and Gorilla 3. That's going to be an interesting match. I'm here with Soul Sky. My name's Linwell, and it's going to be great to cast with you all.
Exactly, brother. Thank you for that beautiful introduction that you gave us right now. And this is the match on the blue side. That's Daddy Got No Chills. And on the right side, Gorilla 3. And as we move on to the draft, I'm pretty excited for this game, brother, because we have seen the past 4 games to be so good. So I'm just expecting this to be as good as that, to be honest.
Yeah, we've had a lot of one-sided maps, lot of equal matches, but yeah. This can who knows what the future holds here in this match. The format: 5 bands from each team, 3 bands first, and then we have a tourism band coming here from Daddy Got No Chill. Yeah, we've seen a lot of tourists these in this tournament. So what do you think about that?
Bro, there is the penalty zone is easily can penalty you because it has a lot of CC potential, and once you get caught in that zone, it's very hard for you to see if you just either need a purify or you will have to use a flicker. If you don't have these spells, I think that might be very detrimental to you and for your team also. However, look at the red team ban. There's the Xbox. Each player getting banned. Xbox is a potential jungler also. I think that's a pretty much good thought coming from the side of the team. Right. What do you have to say about it, Linwell?
Yeah, Xborg is pretty good in this meta. True damage has been really dominant here. We've had heroes like Alpha, Export, as said before. And I think there was one more, but I kind of forgot about it. Yeah, but we're here onto the second bastion here from Daddy Got No Chill, and it's a Mincetar. A bit surprising, but Mincetar's ultimate, the King's Calling, disables a lot of dashes and provides so much for your team. So that's pretty sensible. Plus, the early game from provided by these current bans, 3 of them are so strong. And look at that, we have the Alpha ban coming too. It seems like Gorilla Trees avoiding the true damage heroes. They don't want any of that true damage. They might go for a tanky pick, probably.
Exactly, but the Daddy Got No Chills is avoiding CC, brother, and the team Gorilla 3 is avoiding the true damage. I think that's the game plan they have thought that they should go for this game, and I think they are just executing this right now, and we can see actually. However, the Noaria ban coming from the side of the team DGC, that's Daddy Got No Chills, is I think, a pretty good ban coming from the side of Daddy Got No Chills. And let's see what's the Gorilla 3 might cook here, because that is third ban for the Gorilla 3rd or the Gorilla 3. So I'm expecting some. I think what's missing here. What do you think? What's missing here right now?
Well, maybe an AoE roamer. We've seen a lot of AoE roamers getting banned, but never mind. It's a version ban. Okay, Vern, pretty tanky for his team. A lot of junglers being banned here by the Gorilla 3. Pretty smart there, but because of that, there's a lot of roamers open for both teams. So it's up to the Atlas, the Minotaur. I wonder which team's going to prioritize that, because that's really crucial for team fights. And we have Ray here coming with the first pick. Oh, it's a Valentina. Yo, so what do you think? You're a Valentina man, right?
Yes, sir. I'm a mage main for real. But Valentina, to be honest, is a good pick for the first. If you are just hoping for that, if you want a first and a neutral pick, I would say Valentina. Pretty evergreen pick for a team. I would say that even the world might be an evergreen pick for a team. So Gorilla 3 is going for the world. However, the Daddy Got No Chills is going towards the Valentina, which might limits the potential of the team. Gorilla 3 picks here, because as Valentina can easily copy Minotaurs, the potential roamer that is open. Even the Belleric, however, the Belleric ult might be very difficult to use in the in-game, but Belleric ult is also a good ult for the Valentina to copy. And what do you think about this Belleric pick for the roaming on the roamer side?
Oh, well, Belleric is pretty starting to get common in this tournament. We've seen team pull off like Belleric and Kadita combos, Belleric and another burst mage. So with the current with Valor, I think he's gonna prove really difficult for Daddy Got No Chills to in the early game phase, even the mid game probably, because he does so much damage and he's so tanky. But for this to counter this, they took the Yuzong to snipe the backline. It's slightly harder because it's a Valier, but we do have the Cho for the backup also for any potential threats. But it's a bit hard for them to go into Gorilla 3's lineup as there's a lot of CC, there's a lot of taunts, and disengage from their current setup. Even with the Melissa go away, all it just allows them to not to get close to him. But Yuzong might be able to do something along with the Cho flicker combo. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it for now. We'll just see some of the bans from here from both teams.
Yeah, that's the second. And as we speak, bro, we are going to the second ban of the phase. And the Melissa pick, I would say that's a good pick because the Melissa can protect her from the show's way of the dragon and the G Kundo flicker surprise attack. But surprise attack, why we call that surprise? Because you can't use anything that will surprise because that's what surprise is called. So you might need a lot of timing for that, a lot of prediction for that. However, show might be a good pick for picking off either the Melissa or the Valer. However, we can see the second ban on the phase coming from the Gorilla 3 is the Joy ban, an assassin, and the side of the Daddy Got No Chills is the However, Gushin is banned.
Right. Yeah.
I'm jealous from that ban, to be honest. What do you have to say?
Well, yeah, we've seen a couple of Gushin bans. I guess Team Gorilla 3 is expecting a certain pick. Because look at their a lot of dive-ins, a lot of AoEs and CC. They can just like poke and then Gushin can throw them off, or like vice versa. So it kind of makes sense. And we do see a Mortis ban from Medical Shield. They're countering, as both teams hasn't picked their jungler yet. But we do see Mob Psycho covering Gata Kacha might be a potential EXP lane against the Yuzong, but we'll just have to see which one he goes for. I think he goes for the Badang. Okay, pretty strong pick after his first item scaling can provide a lot for the team, but it's a bit hard to go against this lineup. But we'll see what Ray and Domain can counter pick with this.
Bro, that kind of rhyme, to be honest, for me, like Ray and Dwayne. However, Ray can't go some jungler here because we have seen contradictory names picking the roles of jungler. I predicted it. He will go for the jungler for his team. That's the Daddy Got No Chills on the blue side. And let's see what the red side is cooking for us. That's the Gorilla 3 on the red side. Only jungler is left. What do you think? What is going to cook? What he is going to cook here, brother?
Oh well, I thought it was going to be an assassin or maybe a tanky jungler, but he has something else planned in mind. It's the Yin pick, Yin jungler. Against this comp, it's a bit slightly hard since the Valentina and the Brody is hard to pick off when you're laying, especially if they have better map control. And since they have a Cho, it's like really hard to target any of these as a lane player. But maybe, who knows, maybe Gorilla 3 has a different plan. That's why they picked the Balric and the Valor to sustain and DPS them while maybe the Yin snipes the backline or something. But it's going to be a pretty interesting match here. We look like when we see the two comps, it's pretty balanced. Most of them, yeah.
Exactly. I think I would say that the Yin pick might paid off because he can easily abduct something. Look at what he can abduct from his enemy team. I think he might go for that Valor. Never mind, Valor is for that Valentina or the Domain, which is playing the Brody. However, we are in the loading screen. Yes, Linville.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We can look at some of the emblems here. Pretty standard emblems here, taken by everyone. But something that does catch my eye is Badang goes for the electric quantum charge here. He's going for more of a movement-based build, I think, for mobility. So I think because of that, he might be able to survive the leading phase. But he is up against Yuzong. That's really strong and tanky. Right now, with the current balance changes, Yuzong's skill 1 and passive got changed, I believe. They added more damage to it, so it's it's gonna be a bit hard for that. Yeah.
Yeah, yes, sir. However, as we speak, bro, we are in the land of dawn of this Battleknights Project India Season 1, Game number 7, Day 2. Guys, it is day 2, and this is the match between on the blue side we have Daddy Got No Shields, and on the red side we have Gorilla 3. So both the teams are preparing for the standard gold lane rotation. However, there might be an invade from the choke for the blue for forcing the retreat and securing the lethal objective here. And we can see a brawl early in the game. Joe with the Jikundo. Valer is so low. Yin is also low. Yin is level 1. Bro, never mind Yin with the retreat. That's a good retreat coming from the side of the Yin. Yes.
I guess Ray can't retry after all. Yin got that retry, and he got the security blue buff. But it seems we have a bit of a technical issue with Gorilla 3's comp here, as we had 2 AFKs in early phase. And that got no chills, just applying so much pressure just early on, even in jungle. And we see the Cho fast rotates to the goal lane. But they're having a bit of internet issue in Gorilla 3's side, I think.
I guess yes. To be honest, and look at the mid lane. The the Badang is here. Badang might do some Badang gaming. However, I am seeing Badang in the mid lane when the top lane is all alone. And look at the bot. Joe might go for the Vanessa here. However, Yin is in the top going for that. There might be some technical issue for the Badang, and I don't know what is happening with Badang. We might get some information from the management. However, that's some issue with the connectivity issue. And however, Lionel, what do you think what will happen in the turtle fight here?
Well, I believe Team Daddy Got No Chills has the advantage here, as they have a bit more control in the mid-range lane phase with Valentina, the Lancelot, and the Yuzong all coming here to help. And due to the technical issue from Team Daddy Got No Chills, they're not even going to contest that, I think. It's a bit of a one-sided phase right now. It's like 5v3, I think, currently. But we might see a bit of action in the bot lane right now. Cho is level 4, and he might do a combo. Oh, lands the S1, but misses the kick slightly. But Lancelot does get the first blood, yeah.
Yes, meanwhile in the mid lane, bro, I think there was a, Valentina copies Yin ult, and she uses that to update Valer. However, the Yin might do the same for the Valentina, and we can see an instant karma hitting the Valentina, and I think Yin might get the kill of the Valentina. I don't think so, because look at the timing coming, look at the gank coming from the side of the team. Daddy Got No Chills, that's a good gang coming from the Yuzhong, or that's Dragon King. His name is also the Dragon King of the Black Dragon, brother.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really showing off the name too. It's sticking up to the name, and a lot of good rotations coming up from Team Daddy Got No Chills. They're just rotating perfectly, knowing when to do team fights and just clearing objectives. It's a bit passive right now currently though, because both teams aren't exactly killing anyone. We did have a first blood with the Valkyrie, but game's currently slow, and both teams are just farming and taking objectives. I don't see. Okay, never mind. Lancelot dives into the bot lane, gets the Melissa. Well, I didn't see that. Yeah, that was so fast.
Yes, brother, the Lancelot and the Bloody using Dawn apart memory, and the Lancelot with his ultimate just slashing through that Melissa and getting the kill of the Melissa. However, we can see in the mid lane, Lance with the TikTok here and might go for the Yin. However, the Yin escapes. That's a good escape from the Yin. However, in the bot lane, we can see a potential gank from Valeric and the Valeric. However, they failed because the Brody was pretty cautious about that gang that the enemy might come for me. And we can see the 4-man of the Daddy Got No Chills in the turtle, and look at the Cho just using G Gundo, and here might be possible of the never mind. Valer with the Purify with his ult. However, look at that, Valentina might go for the Yin's ult here again. Yes, she will go for the Yin's ult and forces the Valer to use Flicker, and Cho is ready for his G Gundo. Never mind. Valentina got the kill. How in the bot lane? Yes, Nilbal.
Yeah, I think that was a perfect trade. Yin killing the Brody and Valentina killing the Valerie. In the other hand, but Lancelot misses the ultimate, but still goes on, dashes onto the minions and gets the kill on Yin. But there's still a fight here in the bot lane. No, okay, never mind. The backs off. Use all in the meanwhile, all this commotion going, gets a 1v1 kill onto Badang, and both teams are just playing passively right now. Yeah.
Exactly, brother. Yin is abducting one player from the Daddy Got No Chills, and Daddy Got No Chills with the Valentina using the same strategy to just abduct the Valer and getting that kill. However, look, we can see in the bot lane and the top lane might get destroyed here. And Yuzhong is using all the useful advantage that he can use against the Badang, because Badang is so low because of the connectivity issue that he had in the early game. However, Linwell, what do you think in the bot will happen, brother?
I feel like a team that the blue team that are gonna chose. It's like they don't want to take any big risks, even though they have a slight advantage right now. They're playing smartly and taking for objectives and farming it. You see, from that. Oh, never mind. Lancelot dives into the enemy base, but gets stunned by the Valor, and ult reverse shut down by the Yin. That was very clean.
Exactly, the abduction is usually coming in useful hands, brother. And getting the stun and the ultimate from the Yin on a perfect time from the Wallet and the Yin combo. That's good. However, we can see Valentina in the position taking one. Look at the bot show with the way of the dragon and the tone apart memory build. Melissa will be taken down here. However, again, Valentina using the insult. Yin's on the way. Wallet is on the way. Yin might get attack someone here, but however, Valentina is still inside that. And Belleric might escape in a minuscule of HP, forcing the Wallet to use Flicker. And yeah, Wallet will also escape. Look at the HP of the Wallet and the Belleric. Belleric is so low right now.
Yeah, that was really well played by Gorilla 3. Took advantage of what they currently had and then let the blue team back off a bit. Really smart, but because of that, they lost a bit of map control as most of them went down to low HP. And I think this turtle might be taken again by Dadigon and Chill as they just got no vision. It's really hard to go through. Yin is just like poking right now a bit. He ults the Cho. Can he get it? No, I don't think he can. It goes down to half HP. Both teams setting up for a team fight here from this, however. And Cho escapes at 1 HP. Balrog uses the ult. Yuzong diving into with the dragon into the back line, but not catching anyone. Chokes. Skill once onto the Valor. Gets the kill. Lancelot. And Valric also goes down all the while, but Dawn gets taken down by Valentina.
Yes, sir. That was a 3-4-0 trade. The Black Dragon coming in and knocking out the 3 players and helping the team, his team. However, in the mid lane, we can see a potential kill here. However, Melissa with good dodging ability and forcing Lance to back off because he doesn't have the skill to escape. However, we can see here that was a good knockup coming from the Yuzhong, and I might see a more. Look at the mid lane. Valentina again using the Yin. However, that's the good dodge coming from the Valor, using his ultimate and pushing back the Valentina with the help of his H2. However, we can see. Yes, Nirmal.
Yeah, he did bait out a lot of skills here. From that, blue teams just Dedico no Chill has just been on a roll. They've just been taking so much map control here. On the other hand, Gorilla's free a bit on the backside here, having difficult finding the positioning in this map as they're just so far ahead on the lead. There's a 6k, never mind. I think almost more than 6k goal lead currently, and both teams are just grouping up for a potential team fight.
Exactly, brother. I might see that Ratty got no choice is preparing for the bot lane, and they might just is ready to take on the bot lane. However, Team Gorilla using the conceal play here, senses that and using his goal. Valeric with the ult. However, Melissa with also popping for the ult. Yuzhong with the Black Dragon form, and Batang with the ult taking down the body here. Yuzhong is so in right now. Lancelot might take down the Valeric here. Valeric with the H1 however to escape. However, the Lance will take down the Valeric. Yin is taking down the Valentina, getting double kill for the Yin might be taken down here, double kill for the Lancelot. Bro, so much is happening here. However, that was a trade of 3-4, I think it's 3-4-2. However, oh my god, shut down for that Lancelot. Bro, Melissa taking down the Lancelot. Satisfying to watch, to be honest, for me.
Yeah, that was a 4-4-2. Really good for Team Gorilla 3. They're coming back a bit here, trying to force this mid lane tower for this extra goal and map control. Team Adadigo no Chill Yuzong being forced to back off the Dragon King. But I think they might go for this Lord after a bit of reset here, and we might see a team fight that might be happening. Yo, Soul, what do you think about the items so far? Well, it's a miss.
Yes, sir. But I would say first look at that carry of the Yuzhong brother. 3-3-0-3, getting that Hunter Strike, getting the Dominance Ice, and the Brute Force Breastplate is helping him a lot. We have seen him putting a work for his teammate. However, in the bot lane, he might be able to. Yes, he took Brody inside his domain right here, right now, and the following up from his team coming up here. It is taking so much time. Yes, Yin might get the kill of the Brody here. That's a good pick off coming from the side of the Gorilla 3. But what do you have to think? What do you think about it, brother?
Yeah, that was pretty huge because team like both teams were expecting a team fight here. So now they're one man down, and oh, Yin's being a bit forced back here by Lancelot, trying to get the pick off to the trade. Lancelot manages to trade for the Brody, but there's a team fight happening, and Cho uses the Chikundu and lands the dragon, away of the dragon onto the Valkyrie, both being really low right now. A lot of ultimates being used, and Team Gorilla 3 is just being pushed back here by the dragon. Balang here on the gang though managed to catch the Valentina, but still low takes him down. But he's really low. Black figures out of the position, but Lancelot catches him, and it's just Belric left to defend this lane. I think he might go back, but no. Team Daddy Got No Chills is going for the lore. They want to have it all. They want to end the game right now.
Exactly. The team fight started with the taking down the Yin, which was so low in the HP. Ray can't pretty using the retreat just to get the closing the distance of the Yin and the Lancelot and getting the potential kill of the Yin. And this was the momentum that the team Daddy Got No Chills is waiting for, and Lancelot might go for that lot, and that might be the free lot towards the yes. And the Cho with the good zoning and the Yin just forcing to use his ult, Beleric with the ult, misses with the ult. And we can see Melissa is also going. Melissa with also popping of the ult. However, Roddy might be taken down here. Lance with going inside again. Killing spree for the Lance. Look at that. Double knocker from the Yuzhong. Dragon form here. Going for that Yin. And however, mega kill for the Yuzhong. Going for that Beleric again. Again, knocker coming from double kill for that. Look at that Beleric. Beleric inside that Yin's ult. Yes, Beleric might be taken down here. Only the Dang is left. 4 for 1. Great, bro. What do you have to say about this team fight, brother?
The Dragon King, bro. He really committed to the name. Got 2 kills. What an amazing play. Took 2 enemies off, crucial enemies, might I add, of Team Gorilla 3, and still trying to get this Padong. And they do. They managed monster kill from Dragon King here. With the Yuzong really strong. Lord is pushing down bot lane. I think they might be able to get this, but Team Gorilla 3 is trying to best defend this. Yeah, they manages to defend it, but Team Daddy Got No Chills got exactly what they want. They got the turrets, they got the kill, they got the goal, and they're just on a roll right now.
Exactly, brother. Look at that Yuzhong coming in with the 606 KDA. Do you think that he is a real Dragon King that we are looking for?
Yes, he is.
Bro, I am ready to bow down to that Dragon King because he's playing so well in this tournament and in this gameplay right here, right now. And providing his team, which is the Daddy Got No Chills with the proper setups. Look at that Cho also with the conceal play coming here. You might see a conceal play using the Z Kundo just to making sure that the team Gorilla 3 is just enough, just zoning the Gorilla 3 teammates just to back off from the enemies from their own turrets. That's a good zoning ability coming from the Cho. However, Animal, what do you think that what will the potential pick off that Cho is looking for here, because he has his ultimate G Kundo and the Way of the Dragon full ready here right now?
Well, I feel like he might pick off the Melissa or Yin, because Valier has a purify built in his ultimate. So either their team needs the team Daddy Got No Chills need to either bait that or try to set up play. They could even go for Belric because they're just so up ahead in goal, and it's possible to melt that. Thank you, Nin. But it might be a play. I'm not sure. They're just currently just playing safe as the team Daddy Got No Chills has just been providing, has been like making no gaps in their defense. Okay, Yuzong dives in and catches the Yin, but he gets him godlike. Melissa melting down the Yi, but like it's not enough.
Yes, never mind. Look at the Belric going for that ultimate. However, Yin Valentina was so low in HP, will get a chance to retreat. And look at that Black Dragon. I am saying, brother, that's the Dragon King that we are looking for. Bro, that knockoff was on point. Using the Black Dragon to secure that Yin kill was a cherry on top. That provided a free lot towards the team. Daddy got no chills. I'm sure that Daddy has got real no chill, brother, because we can see that Daddy is being, they are just proving their name, however, because Daddy Got No Chills are proving that why they are called Daddy Got No Chills.
Yeah, with the name and the gameplay, everything's just coming together. They're just playing so well. And Team Gorilla 3 just not finding that gap, just not being able to execute well enough. We did have some really good ultimates used, but just not enough follow-up or not enough util to kill them off. And Team Datagon just needs to finish this, I think, turrets by this team fight here in bot lane. But we'll see if Team Gorilla 3 can defend this. The Yin is positioned for potential pick-off for Team Gorilla 3. But yeah, see marching down the bot lane.
Exactly, Lord is marching towards the turret. Look at that G Gundo coming from that Chu, knocking up two players of the team Gorilla 3. However, we can see Yin is just trying just to defend. This is the discipline of the. Look at the disciplined push and the disciplined defense coming from both the teams. However, we can see that the Black Dragon is using by the Yuzhong going in for that. Yin using the retribution here just to back off from that. He thought that Yuzhong might go for him. However, Melissa in the back of Benedict with the ult. There might be a possibility of a pick up. Look at that. Yin is taken down here. Badang with the ult. Torn apart memory from the Brody. Brody might get the Badang also. Look at that dance start going in towards the Walid with the flicker. Benedict is solo. Double kill for that. Oh, Brody. Look at that Lancelot ultimate and the last freeze coming to the Walid. This might be the end for the team Gorilla 3. Yes. I guess this is the end for the team Gorilla 3. What do you have to say about this amazing game coming from the side of the, Daddy got no chills, brother?
Oh my god, that was just so well executed. Team Daddy got no chills. Just had the amazing entry, and they knew exactly what to do. Bit of a comeback was seen by the team Gorilla 3 with the Badang ultimate, but I guess the damage wasn't enough as the jungler did go down to Lancelot in the mid lane turret. But yeah, that was a very well executed team fight by both teams. Just couldn't Team Gorilla 3 just couldn't get enough because they were a bit low on form. And meanwhile, Team Datagon Chills just look at they have like almost all of the items. Yuzhong 7110 with a full build set, just diving into the backline, not providing any space for Team Gorilla 3. And yeah, I think because of that, it was game.
Exactly. Look at that MVP coming for the Daddy No Chills Dragon King. Well deserved MVP, I would say. Look at that perfect knockups coming from the side of the Daddy Got No Chills Dragon King. He is surely the king and surely the Daddy Got No Chills, to be honest. However, Lancelot also played very well, country in the beginning, but however, he's proved that why he's one of the finest jungler in this match, and along with following of that Yin, using the Yin's ability, Valentina just copying the Yin's ultimate, taking one by one the enemies. Look at that Valer just taken down 2 times from that Valentina using Yin's ultimate, abducting from the teammates. However, abducting is not good. No, please don't try in the real life. However, that was a good game plan coming from the side of the team. Daddy got no chills. So this was the game number 7 of the Battleknights Project India Season 1, day number 2. And this match will go towards the Daddy got no chills. However, we hope that the Gorilla 3 will come back stronger for the next following tournament. Till then, we will take a short break this side, Soul Sky, and then we'll sign up for with the short break. We will see you in the next match.
Yeah, we'll be right back, guys.
first, but here
All right, guys, we are very sorry to hear that Naga ML has been disqualified because they didn't show up in time. But however, we are very grateful that you guys show up today. Thank you for all your support. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share the stream with your friends and family, because who knows who will watch this kind of exciting tournaments and exciting matches which is going to happen again. So we will see you guys again tomorrow. So this here on my side, this is Soul Sky will be signing off with my beloved friend and one of my favorite caster, Linwell. Linwell, yes, you want to say anything?
Yeah, a bit disappointing. Well, we got the 8th match got cancelled. A lot of matches got cancelled today, but it's better. There are a lot of teams participating in this tournament. But don't worry, guys. Tomorrow is day 3. We'll have new teams. We'll have new more matches, and it'll be a bit more fun to watch. So catch you later tomorrow. Same stream here. I mean, same channel and same timing. I think. Yeah.
Exactly, exactly. And
Mhm.
thank you all.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. And thank you for all of you guys for coming in and showing up tonight. Because this is we are very grateful that you are showing up every day and providing huge support for this team. I hope we will see you guys tomorrow also. Till then, we will be signing off. Don't forget to stay hydrated because this is a very hot summer. So stay hydrated, my friends. And this here, Soul Sky and Nil will be signing off here. Goodbye.
Oh, you tell me stories. You tuck me